They are talking about giving the January the 6th rioters reparations. This issue raises serious concerns about justice, hypocrisy, and racial inequality. All right, let's get to the content for today. In this episode, we're diving into a shocking and controversial topic. The potential for January the 6th. Y'all hear me correctly. Y'all heard me. January the 6th rioters to receive reparations. While African Americans continue to be denied reparations. Don't believe me? Just watch. Don't believe me? Just watch. The issue raises concern about justice, hypocrisy, and racial inequality. Why is there even a discussion about compensating those who stormed our Capitol? But why are the descendants of slaves who built this country, who gave this country its economical foundation, not even considered for reparations? So today's episode, we're gonna break down the true fact and the political motives and what this means for our future. Is this the biggest slap in the face? And why is Trump calling these individuals patriots? The hypocrisy of backing law enforcement. You know, the GOP party say they the part of law and order, but they are supporting insurrectionists.
Information I just got, I guess it's vaguely on the subject of government spending or giving money to people, including, in this case, January 6th rioters. I guess Donald Trump just did an interview, the president just did an interview on Newsmax where he was asked about the possibility of reparations for people involved with January 6th. Listen.
Is there any talk of, because they lost opportunity, they lost income, any kind of compensation fund?
Well, there's talk about that. We have a lot of people talk about it. A lot of the people that are in government now talk about it because a lot of the people in government really like that group of people. They were patriots as far as I was concerned. I talk about them a lot. They were treated very unfairly.
His direct quote, where there's talk about, they asked him, is there any talk about compensation for the January the 6th rioters, mostly who just got pardoned by Donald Trump? They was convicted of felony, killing police officers, storming the Capitol, hurting police officers. And his response, well, there is talk about it. You have a lot of people talk about, a lot of the people that are in the government now talk about it because there are a lot of people in the government that really like that group of people. They were patriots as far as I'm concerned. But we got to do it.
Multiple capital injuries.
These are y'all patriots.
Trump, we're still taking metal, sharpened objects, missiles to include bottles and rocks, and hand-thrown chemical-grade fireworks.
I hate to be the one to have to show it, but somebody got to show it. These are the people that he's calling patriots and want to give reparations to.
Now, effectively a riot.
1349 hours declaring it a riot.
Okay, guys, apparently this tip of the spear has entered the Capitol building.
If I give this up, they're going to have to run after at least the capital we can defend. We got to hold what we have.
Take your pins off.
Yeah. The fuck?
Take your pins off.
Y'all, that's who he is calling patriots. He described people who rioted, who stormed the Capitol, the U.S. Capitol, as patriots. And the idea of rewarding individuals who assaulted police officers, disrupted the certification of an election, is unprecedented. It's horrendous. Which brings me back to my episode 3 weeks ago. How can we as African Americans, how as we as Black people support this? How can we avoid to sit down and say we're not voting? How can we vote? Because he got a 12% bump with Black people. How can we afford to vote for Trump? Why is this controversial? Because they broke the law. They broke the law. They stormed a federal building. Y'all tried. They damaged property. They attack law enforcement, and they get the talk, even the talk of reparations. Make it make sense. Make that make sense. It is talk about reparations for them. People who built this country, gave this country the economic foundation, won't even get considered for reparations. But you got the president of the United States considering having talks, government officials having talks about giving them reparations. And we got the audacity to say we're not voting, when it's a clear racial double standard. Because if Black Americans would have stormed that Capitol in protest, would they be receiving reparations? We built this country for nothing and don't receive reparations. So you mean to tell me that Black people storming the Capitol in protest would receive compensation for it when we built this country for nothing and got nothing? That's what makes me so upset, because over here on the South Got Something to Say podcast, we talked about it all election season. Don't let this man be the president. Project 2025 is activated. It's activated. All of this was already lined out in Project 2025. Now, they want to militarize the police for when you do your Black Lives Matter protest. When you do your Black Lives Matter protest, which did not storm a federal building, did not kill police officers, did not harm police officers, and did not destroy federal property, you will be militarized. But these people who stormed the federal building, kill federal police officers, and damage federal property get compensated, pardoned for it. And quiet as it kept, it's a lot of talk. Y'all need to go look and see. Derek Chauvin, there's a lot of talk about Derek Chauvin party. The police that put his foot on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes. It's a lot of talk. And don't be surprised when the South Got Something to Say podcast come with the episode that he got part. Black activists and leaders throughout history have been criminalized for less. Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Martin Luther King was all jailed for protests. But these patriots, and y'all don't see, y'all can't see that the reason why I'm screaming to never tell me not to get up and vote that our vote don't matter, or a certain party ain't doing nothing for us, don't matter. Our itty bitties got to grow up in this. If we don't get up and do something, what are itty bitties? They're going to be killed in the street and get prosecutorial immunity and qualified immunity. We better wake up. This is ridiculous. It saddens me and it hurt me that black people are participating in it. If the blacks would have got out and did what they're supposed to do, this would not be happening. Now let's talk about this GOP party, the Law and Order Party. That's what they call themselves. Been that since Reagan. War on drugs. Go criminalize our neighborhoods. Call out blacks. Get the crack out the street. But don't say no. That was Nancy Reagan. Don't say no. The Law and Order Party. They are supporting and advocating for the damage and the murder and the conspiracy of murder of law enforcement officials. They are defending and considering reparations for individuals that physically attack police officers. Now let's compare this to the Black Lives Movement. Y'all remember the Black Lives Matter movement? Wherever the Black Lives Matter movement at now, I don't know where they had, took the money and ran. I'm going to say that. Black Lives Matter movement took the money and ran. But they pushed harder. Trump literally sat down with his, in the Situation Room, want the military to go forcefully move these people. But he sat back and did nothing while they stormed the Capitol, looking to kill the vice president. God is not happy with what he is seeing. God is upset. And we are sitting on our rear ends watching Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, and our itty bitties ain't gonna have no future. The blatant hypocrisy that we're seeing now, that the Law and Order Party is looking to give reparations that benefits criminals. They already been pardoned. They already been pardoned. All of them people who stormed that Capitol are free to do it again. If Trump can't have his way, they would do it again. He sat out there and he told them people right before they stormed the Capitol, fight like hell. And that's what they did. He told them people, fight like hell. And that's what they did. We just showed you. That's why I wanted the full context of what happened for the casual people that don't follow politics too much. I showed you what happened. Thousands of pro-Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol in an attempt to overturn the election when Trump lost fast well. Now, wonder why. I just want somebody to help me. When Trump won this last election, we haven't heard anything about stealing the election. We haven't heard one thing about stealing an election after he won. So it's only rigged when you lose. I got the homeboys I play at Madden that do the same thing. Melvin, I truly believe Trump says the most outlandish things to get the media attention, to deter attention from things he really wants to focus on. So saying he would give reparations to the riot is a distraction. So he can move on to other things like dismantling the Department of Education, raising tariffs, erasing Social Security, and etc. Don't disagree with you at all. Don't disagree with you at all. But at the end of the day, those distractions happen. Things that he says after distraction, the whole political election season, he kept saying he was going to pardon the January 6th riot. Everybody was saying, hey, don't lose focus on the point. Don't lose focus. And he kept all of the points that he said he was going to keep. And that said that everything she said was correct. And I promise my base, my white supremacy base, this thing, I'm gonna do it. All of these people are free. Yes, he's already dismantling the Department of Education. He's already stripping away CDC funds. He already stripping away Social Security. He already gutting the Department of Federal Affairs. He's doing it. It's outlined in Project 2025. It's already outlined in Project 2025. So yes, I agree with you. It's a distraction until it happens. But every distraction, he got somebody that's bringing up the real to remind him, hey, you said you was going to give us compensation. So don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. Do your own research. Don't be surprised when they get paid. While y'all still waiting on get paid and you won't go vote, talking about the Democrats ain't did nothing for you, like the GOP gonna pay you. The man just told you who he want to pay. Even if it don't happen, the talk of it is horrendous. The talk of it is disrespectful. The talk of it is racial inequality. All of that is racial inequality. Why is he even discussing reparations or compensation for rioters? Even in a distraction. Why? Because he know that at the end of the day, that activate that cult that's behind him. It activate that cult that's behind him. And while we're sitting around dividing ourselves more, talking about you're not FBA and you're not really black and you're not this and we're dividing more instead of coming together. You said it best. We got to form together. Divided, we will get nothing accomplished. But yet it's still black imposters on the internet, black media want to further divide us, talk about who's FBA, who's not. If you look like me, you need to come and get with the program and get out and vote and stop this mess. That's the only thing. We got to stop being low information voters. We're going to have a whole show about how they think we are low information voters. If you never heard that term, Google it. Because I have did a lot of studying on low information voters. The reason Trump loves his MAGA so much because they are low information voters. All they want is white supremacy. They don't care about nothing else this man do, nothing else this man say, no more policies. As long as you dog black people, you got my vote. He depends on low information voters because at the end of the day, what the orange man, only thing the orange man want is his pocket fatter. That's it. The only thing the orange man want is his pocket fatter. So yes, I agree. He bring a lot of this stuff up for distraction. African Americans have fought for reparations for over 150 years. Over 150 years have. And it's been bills announcing bills. Let's talk about some of the bills. H.R. 40. A bill that studied the effects of slavery and proposed reparations for us. But it's never been passed. H.R. 40 is a bill that's over 40 years old. The California Task Force on Reparations, an initiative that outlined potential reparation framework. They had a framework planned and plotted for reparations. Never got passed. Evanston, Illinois, one of the first U.S. cities to pass local reparations in the form of housing grants. Despite centuries, decades of systematic harm, we have yet to receive any form of reparations. Any form. But they will prioritize January the 6th rioters, call them patriots, and say there's a lot of people in the government like them. For what they did, as we just watched on video, we just watched it. and prioritize them over Black Americans getting reparations. And y'all think that I'm here just for fun on Thursday night. No, you're gonna know the truth. You're gonna know the truth. And I'm gonna be the one to give it to you. And I can't wait until we come together and defeat this mess. So as we get ready to end the show and crank this thing back up, it's my birthday, man. You know I was coming in on my birthday. No doubt about it. Tomorrow morning, if God bless me to see it, but he got me close enough to the brink of it, I'll be 44 years old. 34, I meant. Nah, 44. The final thought, the ideal of January the 6th right to receive a reparation while African Americans continue to be denied justice is a clear example of political hypocrisy. And it's not going to stop until we stop it. A 12% bump in Black vote for Trump is unprecedented. It's horrendous, it's horrible, and I'm saddened by it. And for the ones who didn't get up and vote, you are just as bad. It's a little thing called common sense. We better start using it when we see what they're doing right in our face. This is racial bias. This is racial bias. This isn't just about Trump. It's about the double standard. It ain't all about Trump. It's the double standard. It's a MAGA. Make America great again. I don't know why they call it MAWA. And you know what that stands for? Make America white again. MARA. Make America racist again. But they use the word great because they feel like it was great when we had to drink from separate water fountains. It was great when we had to sit in the back seat of the bus. It was great when we had to go out in the field and pick cotton for nothing. It was great when we was getting locked up with the war on drugs from Ronald Reagan. It was great then. They want us back. Kamala Harris, her marches, her stomping march was, we're not going back. And yet it's still, we heading back. Whose pain is being addressed? Not ours. Whose grievances are being addressed? Not ours. Who kids are finna face some turmoil in rural counties with no Department of Education overseeing their special education needs, children with disabilities, the IDEA Act, all of that stuff that we need. The Individual with Disabilities Education Act, the IDEA. That was the oversight that we needed. We was getting from the federal government. Now we got to hope MEMA, Alabama, take care of us. If what Trump wants to do get done. Thank God for all the federal judges who's been stopping them dead in his tracks. We need them because we obviously don't got a Congress. We obviously don't got a Congress, a House of Representatives, or a Senate to stop this man. The only thing we've been having luck with in the 2.5 months this man been a president, he have activated a lot of Project 2025. The only thing that been stopping him from doing whatever y'all see what he did to the people over and sent them people over in El Salvador. God will take care of us. Ooh, I seen that. Because that's who we gonna have to turn to. See, God is not mocked. God is not mocked. And God would not put more on us than we can stand. We need to turn back to God. That's why I bring you this information. Our history has not been prioritized in 2.5 months. They're rolling back DEI. We talked about all these things. So my final thought for you is the hypocrisy of January 6th reparations, justice for insurrectionists, but not Black America. Reparations are on the way, but for who? Y'all like the video? Share the video. Get other people to start following me on Facebook. Go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We gonna build this thing. It may take 5 years, it may take 10, but we're not gonna stop working. Yes, yes, yeah. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Shout out to you, big homie. Yes, yes, yes. Man, what a show we have for y'all today. What a show. You gonna come over to the South Guy Something to Say podcast and get factual information, research information. Everything I say, don't never believe nothing I say. It's all Googleable. I like that word, Googleable. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Don't just subscribe. Watch some videos, like some videos, comment on some videos, and tell somebody else about it. We will build this thing, no doubt about it. Each one, teach one. Love or be loved.